Hello everybody. So welcome to my channel. Today I do want to make a short video. Well, let's see how long it's going to take, but I do want to show you today what I'm going to do with my stash. Actually, it has been a while that I've been thinking about this, and yeah, I do want to kind of destash, if we can say that, because I have felt that actually I never find the right yarn. Probably some of you can relate too, but the thing is that I do have yarn, I do have a lot of yarn in my house, but the thing is that every time I do start a new project and I always think, oh yeah, I have this thickness, but I don't have the right color. So that's why I wanted to film today's video. If you are having the same struggle as me, that you are probably are not having the right colors, that's why you don't have the right yarn. If you are having that same problem, then keep watching, and I am going to explain to you a little bit also why and how I came to this conclusion. So first of all, I don't know if you have all heard about it, but there is all this color seasons. What season you are in all this color theory stuff? Okay, well, now I just messed it up. But anyway, there is all this thing going on internet. They identify about your undertone, if you are a winter, a spring, a summer, or an autumn, and then they have the the colors that will fit to all of them. And actually I did find it quite helpful. So once I found out what are my colors, actually I know now why I never have stash, why I never have the right yarn, because I never have the right colors. So now once I know what are my colors and what colors I'm going to use mostly because they fit me, actually I am going to destash. That means that everything that does not fit on my color palette, I will just put it apart. And it's not that I'm going to throw it away or anything like that, but probably, or I am going to use it for some home crochet projects, or maybe I am going to use it for a gift or something like that, but not for crocheting something for me, because it doesn't fit my color palette. Okay, so with all this being said, I do want to put here a little bit my stash and what do I have and how am I going to divide them, and a little bit of walking through. I do have a lot here as well. Oh. And here. I mean, you get the idea. The thing is that whatever I have here doesn't mean that fits to my color palette, so a lot of stuff I can't really use. So I will first start to put out whatever I need to divide and say bye-bye. So this is the first batch that I got out, and these are from Hooked mostly. I used to use a lot of this yarn before, but I just don't use it anymore, and I'm not sure I'm gonna ever use it. But still I'm gonna keep it because this color, actually it's a pretty color and can fit me. This not really, doesn't really fit me, but for a clutch or for a purse, I can still use it. And here I've got some amazing eucalyptus yarn, which is so soft and really amazing. And this is my color. It's just that there is not that much of it, just 2 skeins. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one, and this is just not my color. And these are just ending up in the scraps because it's very little yarn over here. So I'm gonna divide these ones now, and then I will continue with the others. well, ta-da! This is not actually all my yarn, because I do have some cotton yarn, mercerized cotton, which actually I have kind of like a really huge range of colors. Like for each color I have 1 or 2, sometimes even 3 skeins, but that is another story. I'm not gonna get rid of that. So that stays forever with me. It's like I do want to have the colors. It's like a collection for me. That is not I use or I don't use, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna have all the colors of the 100% mercerized cotton because I love mochilas, and yeah, that nobody touches that, okay? The thing that I actually have to figure out with all this other yarn, actually, what I'm gonna do. And my division is going to be like that. First, number 1, is it a yarn that I use for me or not? If it's not for me, then yeah, I will just pile it in one part. Also, I want to see how much of scrap yarn do I have, because it has happened to me recently a lot of times that I would be like, oh yeah, I do have that yarn, but actually I just had 1 skein, or I just had maybe 2 skeins, which like maybe 200 grams, but you cannot just do a full project with that. I mean, maybe you can do a hat or even a scarf, you cannot really. So yeah, I will also divide my stash with like proper quantity, that you can actually do a sweater, or you can actually do a cardigan, you know, and the rest, that is like 1 or 2 skeins, or sometimes even 3. Maybe I will just select them and I will put them apart as a scrap yarn. Anyway, so my point is here. The main yarn, the yarn that is actually over 3 skeins, which actually it's a big quantity of yarn, I think, that one can actually do a proper project, can crochet a proper project, then that yarn I am going to divide it by color. If it's in my color palette, then it will be on my, how to say, stash. And then if it's not my palette, then it's gonna be again on my stash, but it will be on that part of my stash that I have to think on using it for a gift for somebody else, for another person, or for house projects or other stuff that I can crochet with it that actually does not fit me. So if I divide my stash in these 3 sections, I think I am set in a good way, I think. Okay, so I have already selected this as scrap yarns, because really they are just like 2 skeins max. So yeah, they are really not useful for much, but maybe these ones, since they are all eucalyptus, is the same yarn, and the color scheme, if you see, it's so pretty and they fit together, so maybe this can be used. And I'm gonna continue now with the other. Yeah, well, here now we have quantities of yarn. So this is full 10 skeins of yarn. The only problem with this one, as I said, is not in my color palette. This is a very beautiful green, but it's kind of, you know, muddy. It's not bright, and my colors are cool and bright. So this actually, it's not in my color palette, and I have to with a pain in my heart to part ways with this yarn. I mean, I'm gonna keep it anyway, but yeah, I can't really use it for projects that actually fit me. Bye bye yarn, I love you. Okay guys, I think I am kind of done with them. It wasn't that much of work. So the thing is that this pile over here is yarn that actually is on my color palette. All these blues, all these greens, purple, grays, all these are in my color palette, except this one, which is kind of beige, which is not in my color palette. but I'm gonna use it for, I don't know, for accessories, so I can keep that. So as you can see, actually most of my biggest stash is not in my color palette. That's why I can't find the right colors. So actually I was thinking that I would have a lot of, as I told you, scrap yarn. Actually not that much. Look here, I didn't really have much. So let me just put them in place, because I don't want to end up the video with a big mess. Well, okay, I'm kind of feeling organized right now because I know which one is the yarn that I can use and which one is the yarn that I cannot use for myself. Yeah, so that was it. Yarn organized, mind organized, and I feel now that I can create. Because in my case, I feel when things are messy, when my yarn is messy, when my house is messy, when everything is messy, I just cannot create. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but that's how I am. And now things are in order, I can find things and I know what actually I can use. I am happy and I feel organized and I feel, yeah, in peace, and I can create. So thank you for watching until the end. I am really happy to have you in my channel, and I think that you are going to be interested in the next coming video if you have watched this video until the end. So I will see you on my next one. Cheers!